Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Superstar PartyPlex. My name is Zen, and today I will be playing Cici the Ice Cream Clown in the FPS Friendship and Fallout. And joining me in this FPS, we have.
Hi, I'm Doll. I'm going to be playing everyone's beloved building, Nova Stage, and this is going to be a totally normal game. Don't worry about it.
You should worry about it. The Angst rating is up there. We don't know exactly what because the game hasn't happened yet, but have your tissues ready, folks. Yeah, so Cece's had a bit of a rough time recently. Ezra came to talk to her, intending to just, confide in someone about being forced to kill Nova while he was under Rara's control, and instead looped Cece in on the fact that Rylan was mind controlled back when he hurt Archie and those guests, and Cece hasn't been taking it well.
Yeah, that feel when you want to talk about something and it ends up on an entirely different topic.
And you wind up accidentally causing the person you're talking to melt down because you didn't realize it was such a sensitive subject. Oopsie.
Yeah.
And for anyone other than Nova, it's become rather hard to get a hold of Cece because she's hiding away in her room, but Nova is the building. There is no hiding from the building inside the confines of the building.
So true. Actually, before we have Nova just go there, I do want to see, is there like a way I could roll for Nova figuring out if going in her human disguise or like a as an animatronic would be more comfortable for Cece? Because this is gonna be a rough conversation, and she'd rather not make it worse just by the form she's in.
Mhm. I mean, as far as I know, Cece has only seen Nova in the human body. Like, she saw Nova in Trial by Funhouse, and Nova was in her normal human body, and I don't think she's seen Nova outside of that, at least not on screen in game. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't think you have to roll to know that the human form is the only one Cece is familiar with, and throwing a different face into the mix is probably not going to help things.
Yeah. I really need to do more with the fact Nova can change forms eventually.
Mhm.
Then,
Eventually.
yeah. I think Nova is at least gonna have some manners, so she'll make a knocking sound with Cece's door.
Mhm. Yeah. I think, like, all that just a knock gets you is Cece saying, "Go away."
Uh, I'm sorry, but I really think I need to talk to you, Cece.
Mhm. And I think, like, it's there's, like, a few moments of quiet, and then the door opens, partway, and Cece is standing there, behind the door. Uh, I'm like, "Do you wanna roll perception, or would you just see the state she's in?"
I
Hmm.
think we can just say she sees it, I mean.
Nova is known for perceiving. Yeah,
Yeah.
and she is very familiar with Cici, having seen Cici every day of Cici's life. Yeah, Cici looks disheveled, like uh her ponytail has strands loose, her bangs aren't well shaped, her clothes are kind of rumpled, like she is not looking hmm I'm trying to think of the word, like she's not looking presentation ready. Presentable, there we go.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's probably like uh ooh some sections of her cheeks where there's little patches of paint peeled off. Uh
Ooh.
from trying to wipe off tears that froze there. Hee hee hee.
Yeah.
And
Man.
yeah, and she stands halfway behind the door in the doorway, just sort of looking at Nova.
Nova just asks, "Can I come in?"
I mean, it's all you anyway, so not really my place to stop you, is it?
She shrugs and says, "Well, people tend to appreciate manners."
Yeah, if only other people actually cared about that. Fine. Then she, like, steps back and holds the door more open.
Yeah, Nova steps inside quickly.
Hmm. And Cece closes the door. It's fairly dark in her room. The overhead light got smashed out a while ago, so there's like a floor lamp in here that has probably like a hoodie from the Lost and Found thrown over it to make it dimmer. And
Cici is not a fan of the big lights, huh?
mm, I mean, I think you'd have to roll insight to see what exactly is up with the light thing. But yeah, Nova would probably be familiar already with uh the basic setup of the room. The walls are painted red and white alternating. There's a lot of holes punched into them. Older because she hasn't been doing it since she found out the building is alive, but also no one's been in to patch them up yet.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's not much else in the room. There's like a chair in the corner near the outlet where Cece usually charges, and that's about it.
Yeah. Man. I I think Nova's eyes do glance over the holes, which it does not show physically in any way, because she's good at hiding it with this kind of pain, but it does very momentarily kick in the effect of if she's acknowledging it, then it starts to sting a little. So she turns to look at Cece instead.
Mhm. And Cece kind of just looks down at the ground and is very quietly like, sorry.
I don't blame you. You couldn't have known. I made sure of that. As best I could, anyway.
Yeah. So, you wanted to talk?
Yeah, um, a lot of things have happened, haven't they? I thought you might have some
Yeah.
questions for me.
I I definitely do. I just don't really know what they are or how to ask them.
She nods. Words are hard, a lot of the time, huh?
Clearly, all that stuff Ezra said that you told him about Rylan being mind controlled by Rara, that was he, he was just making that up, right?
Roll insight.
All right. Shocker. She's not good at it. Oh, but she got a 19.
She's locking in.
Mhm. This is
Yeah,
important.
yeah. As Nova looks you in the eyes and you stare back at that rainbow of hers, you come to realize these are the eyes of someone who has seen so much that most people really shouldn't have. And she's looking at you with very seriously, and it just clicks in that moment that that's not something she would joke about.
That, that can't be what happened. It no, that's not what happened.
She isn't really sure what to say to that, so she just tilts her head slightly and is like, well, I couldn't have been.
Because it was my fault. I spent the last 2 years thinking that I'm the one that broke Rylan. And if that wasn't the case, if I didn't break him, then why would you let me believe that for so long?
Nova looks mm, certainly not happy, but still serious as she says, Cici, it was never your fault for being alive and having a friend. Um, be angry at me all you want. You deserve to be. And I'm sorry I couldn't tell you for so long. I'm sorry I couldn't tell anyone for so long. But it wasn't you.
Why, why did I have to hear it from Isra first? I get not telling me when I didn't know you were alive, but why didn't you tell me once I did? Why did you tell him and not me?
She's going to like hold the front of her shirt, like grasp onto it, her own shirt, like
Mhm.
crumple it a bit as she looks like not really at anything, just thinking of how to word this and is like, I, this is something that's hard to explain because literally nobody but me really could understand the reasons I can't, except maybe got him, but that's very far away from here. But I, you know how sometimes James talks about the plot? I don't really understand it as a god very well, but the
No,
idea
I
that there's
I don't know. I've never met him. He's smart enough to stay away from me.
mm, She takes a deep breath and is like, if this, if everything, our lives were in the terms of a story, then I would be the setting. Technically, I exist as a person. I'm a, she does air quotes, character. But first and foremost, I am the setting. And the universe makes sure I know that because I have to be passive. I can't do things the way I want to do them on my own. I can't just go and tell people everything I know, even when I desperately want to. I have to be given agency by others first. Ezra gave me that agency during that moment, so I could tell him. I I'm so sorry I never told you before, but I physically couldn't. The it would my role wouldn't let me. It won't let me say so many things. I've seen so much. I know so much, and I can never say it until someone else figures it out first. I'm sorry. You didn't deserve any of that.
So it's sort of like the filters we have, the animatronics over what we can say and do, where we can't say and do everything. Because if it's not kid friendly, we can't do it. Is it like that?
She pauses and then she nods and is like, it's a little more arbitrary, but yeah, that's a good comparison.
Cici nods. I can I can understand that at least.
Gods, I wish I could have told you sooner. You didn't deserve to think any of that about yourself. It's kind of stupid, isn't it? I know everything that happens in me, basically, and I never get to talk about it, and it ends up hurting everyone after the fact. You can blame me if you need someone to blame still on why you didn't know. Because, I mean, I didn't tell you. So,
I mean, if you really couldn't, it's not the same thing as keeping it from me on purpose. This whole thing is so messed up.
it really is, isn't it? I never expected anything of any of this to happen when I first got made, but life really has a way of kicking you while you're down, doesn't it?
Maybe. So it really was all Rainbow Rabbit's fault that Hylan did that. It wasn't me wearing off on him.
No, I don't think for a moment Rylan ever held any grudge towards you about that. A lot of things are her fault, have been her fault.
And I'm guessing the same rules mean that you can't do anything about her.
She shakes her head. I do what I can. I act as a really annoying distraction for her. You know, once I got her to completely break character, she was so mad at me. I go around getting in the way of her plans where I'm allowed to, and then she kills the body I'm in, and then boom, it's gone when she looks away. I just hope what I'm doing has at least some build up effect, because it's all I can do.
Sounds really frustrating.
I'm trying my best.
Cici nods.
Besides, the more time she spends trying to kill me means the less time she spends hurting others. That's a worthwhile exchange in my opinion.
Hmm. Cici nods again. Oh, she's like thinking for a moment visibly, making up her mind. If she really did that to Ryland, then I'm going to kill her.
I think Nova pauses, and like you can roll insight if you want, but then she smiles at you encouragingly. We've got a whole club for that.
Mm. Do you want to roll insight on Cici?
Yep. Doo 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 doo. Where's your insight again? Doo doo doo. 16.
Ooh, only a 16? Is that after all her insane modifiers?
Does it? Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. For once,
16
Nova
is
is.
still a high number.
It's still pretty good, but it's not as high as her usual, like, seeing to the core of someone's soul insight rolls. Uh,
Yeah, but I mean, there's a good reason for that. Gestures at her.
mm, yeah, for a 16, uh, Cece is not interested in working with the rest of the Let's Kill Rah Rah Club. This is more of a personal revenge thing for her.
Yeah, Nova about expected that. She was just trying to, like, make a joke, lighten up the mood a little, as best she could. And also, like, encourage Cece of, like, I support you.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, Cece is less tearful and more determined and resolute and sort of stony, I think.
Yeah. Hey, for what it's worth, I'm glad you were able to understand what I was trying to say. I didn't really expect that anyone would be able to.
I mean, all of us animatronics have limits on what we can say and do. I hope we'd all understand that you do too.
She also looks hopeful and nods. I just haven't really had this talk with a lot of people before, so all I could do was hope.
Cici nods. Well, maybe next time you have it, you won't have to just hope.
Thanks. She puts her hands in her pockets as she looks to see if Cici has anything else she wants to ask specifically.
So I'm guessing you can't really give me more information on the Rainbow Rabbit, like where to find her and any weaknesses or
She shakes her head and is like, the best I can give you is she gets really angry about being taunted and not being feared. Just make her feel like a joke, and that gets really under her skin. It is dangerous, though, so be careful if you try that.
yeah, I can understand that.
The best I can do is confirm things people bring up with me. I can't say it myself, but when you go through with stuff like this, just be careful, keep yourself safe. I'm I'm a lot more what's the word? I can't remember it, but it doesn't really matter if I get hurt because I can just come back from it. If something happens to you, there's a chance you won't be able to be fixed from it. And I there's a lot of people that would be really upset if that happens, me included.
What does that matter as long as she's dead?
I just I know there's people here who would feel the same way you did about Rylan being decommissioned if something like that happened to you, or at least close. Not the same circumstances, but still, it hurt.
That's what I've been afraid of. I didn't want that to happen, but nobody listens to me.
People can be stubborn about getting attached.
You
It's not
could.
really something you can help in most cases, from what I've seen.
Stupid of them to get attached to someone that only makes things worse.
Emotions aren't really logical. You can you can lash out and hurt people, but There's still gonna be someone who cares. I mean, I still care about you, and she like slightly glances towards the walls. They're not gonna give up on you, no matter what.
I wish they would. Would just make everything so much easier.
We can't always get what we want in that regard. I mean, I didn't want to be perceived, and look how that turned out.
I mean, I warned them that caring about me was only going to hurt them. It's. I tried to warn them. It's not my fault if they get hurt.
Still, can you at least try not to let this kill you too?
I think Cici looks at Nova a little bit confused. You can roll another insight.
I will. 19, baby.
19. Yeah. Cici is confused about why you're saying this when just a couple minutes ago you were encouraging her to go after and try to kill Rara. Animatronics that hurt people get decommissioned. When she said she was going to kill Rara, she was fully committing to being decommissioned for it.
Oh. Well, I'd like you to roll insight back while I will say what Nova has to say to that. She's going to furrow her brow a bit and is like, Cici, first of all, if you don't get caught, then they wouldn't have a means to decommission you. I can help with the not getting caught thing. But also, even if people do see it, Rara has killed enough people that I think you'd have way more people vouching for you than people eager to get rid of you. And also, if they did try, I could also do my best to help. I don't want you dead.
Cece got a 5 for insight, by the way.
Yeah, that ain't getting you nothing besides the things she is straight up saying of I don't want you dead.
Yeah.
And the offers to like be an accomplice in a way.
It all just sounds like a lot more trouble than it needs to be.
I I think Nova is gonna like pause and then realize this isn't something she can beat around the bush with. So like she really wants to like grab Cece's hands to like push in the point, but she doesn't want to like make her uncomfortable with that. So she just like defiantly stares up at her and is like, Cece, I have seen so many people die inside of me. I don't want you to add to that count. Please try and live if you're doing this.
Hmm.
You are more than worth the trouble to me.
Why?
Because I love you. Like I love all of the animatronics here. And the people who work in me, and the people who visit me. I love you all so much, and I can't stand to see any of this happening, but I don't get a choice. So please, please try. If not for yourself, then for the other people who care about you. That's all I can ask.
It doesn't all have to be so hard.
I
For a
don't
minute
know.
there, I thought there was an easy solution to it all.
That's the thing. I don't think there ever is.
Yeah, I think Cici doesn't know what to say to that and is just sort of standing there crying.
Nova, like, makes a gesture to make it clear that if Cici wants one, Cici can have a hug, but it's not necessary.
Uh, I think Cici, like, looks at Nova for a long moment and then will sort of step towards her and lean into the hug. She is
Oh,
very freezing cold to the touch, but she figures Nova can handle it.
yeah. And I've described Nova's hugs before, so we know that's a real good hug. And she'll, like, rub her back a little too. Very comforting.
Man, I think that just makes Cece cry harder.
Nova will hold her as long as she needs. Feel how loved you
Yeah.
are, girl!
I think eventually when she calms down just a little enough to talk, she's like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
There's nothing wrong with needing to cry. Everyone does. The people who deny it are just really stubborn.
Not just right now, not just this, but what made me think that I broke Rylan because something is wrong with me, Nova.
She's gonna hold her a little tighter as, like, there's. I can't say there's nothing wrong with you because I don't think you'd believe me, but I do want to say a lot of people have issues that make them feel like that. And it's not your fault. And I'm here to help if you need me.
I'm not supposed to feel like this. The other animatronics don't hate what they are as much as I do.
That's that's not your fault. That's called being alive and having free will. Sometimes something you were made for isn't what you want to be, and that's okay. I just hope that someday you can find what you want to be. and reach it. You're one of the strongest people I know. If anyone can do it, it's you.
Wah. That sounds nice, but I don't ugh, I can't see how I'd ever get there.
It can be hard to foresee the future, but you've got people who are here to help you along the way until you figure out what you want, even if that takes a long, long time.
You you really think I deserve that help?
Of course you do. Out of everyone here, you probably deserve it. You're probably one of the ones who deserves it most.
Mm. I think you can tell that, like, Cici is struggling to hear and accept that she's, like, in her head making a bunch of arguments as to why she doesn't deserve help and, like, trying to remind herself, Nova's the building, Nova has seen everything. There's not an argument she could make that Nova doesn't know about.
Yeah, girl is the perceiver.
Yeah. I don't know how to be help, but I'm gonna try to trust you, Nova. 'Cause if I can't trust you, then I'm already in trouble.
Thank you for putting your trust in me. That means a lot. And if ever one day you decide to leave, just know you have my full support in whatever you want to do, okay? No matter what choices you make, I hope you find your way to being happy.
Uh, I think she, like, uh, lifts her arms to hug Nova back for the first time in this hug. She was just standing there before and holds on to Nova very tight to a degree that it might be painful if Nova wasn't made of cemented rebar and stuff.
Good thing she is.
Mm, man, I mean, I kinda just wanna end it here with them hugging because I don't know where else to go with it, and this is a sweet moment. But do you have
Yeah.
any other thoughts?
I mean, the only other thing was like me wanting to say something from Nova's point of view of her whole deal, but like, there's not really a place to say that, and this is a very sweet moment for it to end. I can like
Mm,
say it in Raz Watch later. It doesn't have to be
yeah.
on camera.
Nod, nod. So yeah, shall we end the episode with the two of them hugging in Cece's room?
Yeah,
Cece is definitely still crying.
yeah. We can iris out here.
Well, thank you for playing with me, doll. Thank you, everyone who's listening.
Thanks for enduring the angst with us, everybody.
hmm Bye.
Bye bye.